In an African village where the sun rose over rolling hills and the great baobab tree stood tall like a guardian of time, there lived a wise elder, a father known for his kindness, his wealth in cattle, goats, and fertile land, and his two sons who were his pride and his legacy. The elder son was steady and hardworking, content to till the soil, herd the cattle, and carry on the traditions of his people. But the younger son was restless, his eyes always wandering beyond the horizon, curious about the city life he had only heard of in travelers' stories, where music never stopped, food was abundant, and freedom was endless. One evening, when the fires of the homestead burned low and the cattle bells rang softly in the distance, the younger son approached his father and spoke words that pierced the old man's heart. "Baba, give me my share of the inheritance now, my portion of the wealth, for I want to live my life my way." Though sorrowful, the father, out of love and respect, divided his wealth, giving him cattle, goats, and bags of grain. And with excitement, the son gathered his belongings and walked down the dusty road, waving goodbye to his village as drums echoed in the night. The city welcomed him with open arms, its markets bursting with colors, spices, and noise. He dressed himself in bright chitonyi, wore sandals of leather, and spent freely, feasting on roasted goat, fried plantains, honeyed drinks, and sweet fruit, surrounded by new friends who cheered and danced with him. At night, the drums beat loudly, dancers twirled in circles of firelight, and he laughed, forgetting the wisdom of his home, believing his riches would never end. But wealth, like rain on hot sand, does not last, and slowly his bags grew empty, his goats sold, his pockets bare. The friends who once praised him vanished, leaving him alone in the noisy city that no longer cared for his laughter. Hunger crept into his bones, and desperation forced him to take work from a harsh farmer who sent him to the fields to feed pigs, creatures he had once despised. And there, in the burning sun, his stomach growled as he watched the animals eat while he had nothing. Sitting in the dust, he thought of his father's homestead, the smell of fresh milk in the morning, the taste of ugali and roasted maize, the laughter of servants who lived better than him now, and tears filled his eyes as he whispered, "I will go back. I will beg my father to take me not as a son, but as a servant, for I am not worthy to be called his child." With nothing but torn clothes and a broken heart, he began the long walk home, each step heavy with shame, each mile echoing his regret. Back in the village, the father often sat by the roadside, gazing into the distance with hope that one day his son would return. And on this day, as the evening sun painted the sky orange and red, he saw a small figure approaching on the dusty road. His old heart leapt, his eyes filled with tears, and he knew it was his son. Without waiting, he rose and ran, his robe flying, his bare feet kicking dust as he embraced the boy who knelt in shame, ready to confess, "Father, I have sinned against heaven and against you. I am not worthy to be your son." But the father silenced his sorrow with love, lifting him up, holding him tight, and shouting to the servants, "Bring new clothes, sandals for his feet, and a ring for his hand. Slaughter the fattened goat, prepare food in drums, for my son was lost but now is found. He was dead, but now he lives again." That night, the village filled with music, goats roasting, drums beating, and women ululating in celebration, for a son had returned home. Yet not all hearts were glad, for the elder son, coming back from the fields with sweat on his brow, heard the music and asked what it meant. And when told his brother had returned, his face grew dark with anger. He refused to enter, saying, "All these years I have served you, never disobeyed you, yet you never slaughtered even a goat for me. But for him who wasted everything, you give a feast?" The father, gentle and wise, came to him and spoke softly, "My son, you are always with me, and all that I have is yours. But today we must celebrate, for your brother was gone and has returned. He was lost and is now found." And so the truth was spoken, that love does not count mistakes nor hold grudges, but celebrates forgiveness and welcomes back the lost. It teaches us that no matter how far we wander, no matter how low we fall, The embrace of home and the love of the Father will always be waiting, ready to restore us, ready to rejoice over us. For love never gives up, love never rejects, and love always rejoices when a soul finds its way back home.